Mr. Mack-Poole. 3-minute history, the Munich Putsch, or as it's also known, the Beer Hall Putsch. This is a 100-year anniversary. This occurred in 1923 and it's 2023. And it's the 9th of November, which means it's my birthday. And it also means we've got a 100-year anniversary, a special one to look at today. So let's review quite carefully the causes, the events and the consequences of the Munich Putsch. So you can see there's quite a few here which are listed. Now I think one of the most important ones is this socio-economic cause here. Okay, hyperinflation. Money really had no value in 1923. And this was because of the French occupation of the Ruhr. Okay, and this made money completely worthless in Germany. And if you don't have money in an economy, you don't really have a functioning economy. There are other deeper lying causes here. Okay, so apart from the French occupation of the Ruhr, you've got the Treaty of Versailles, which was an economic, it was a territorial, and it was a military humiliation for Germany. The loss of World War I could be an even deeper, longer-term cause. So Weimar Germany was in chaos, and also its constitution, which was far too democratic, which let extremist elements into mainstream politics, was also another fundamental cause of the Munich Putsch. At any rate, Hitler found that his charismatic speaking allowed him to have a great voice in German politics, especially in Bavaria, which is in the south of Germany, and in the city of Munich. He gained great popularity. Also, what is important to note is that Hitler had a precedent, a historical precedent. And I don't mean a president, I mean a precedent, something that happened before. And this was the fact that Mussolini, Benito Mussolini, okay, well, an Italian fascist leader, had taken control of Italy. And Hitler wished to mimic this in Germany with a march on Berlin from Munich. One of the key reasons for the putsch, the Beer Hall Putsch, on the 9th of November 1923, my birthday, was this man here, okay, Gustav von Kahr. Now, he wanted to essentially organise his own putsch, and he was quite jealous of Hitler because of his charisma. He was a politician on the right wing, on the extreme nationalist right wing, very similar to Hitler, but had his own party and was essentially quite jealous of Hitler's charismatic speaking. And so when he found out that Hitler was trying to get involved with his putsch, he called his putsch off. But he left Hitler in a poor position because Hitler had already organised for key people like Ludendorff, who was a general in World War I, to join in. And if you're wondering, this is Ludendorff in the middle here, and obviously that is Adolf there. By the way, you must call him by his surname in any exam, which is Hitler. So where did the putsch go wrong? Why was it a short-term failure but a long-term success? Well, essentially, Hitler surrounded the Munich Beer Hall in Munich, and with his hard men around him, like Rome, and eventually Ludendorff joining him, he had 600 SA which surrounded the building. However, Hitler went out of the beer hall to deal with a problem outside, and Ludendorff allowed key people like Kahr and Lassalle to leave the putsch, where they were being held against their will and had been forced to agree to join in with Hitler's Nazi putsch. Because of this, because they left, they then immediately notified the authorities, and Kahr went and made an announcement and said that the Nazi Party were banned. So this led to a confrontation between the SA and the police, and as you can see, the police killed 16 members. Now, Hitler had to flee. He had a broken arm where he had fallen over at this confrontation between the SA and the police, and he was arrested and he went to court. And this is a picture of him at his trial, and that is Rome, who was Hitler's best friend, who Hitler would have killed on the Night of the Long Knives. But that is a tangent. So this man here, George Neidhart, was Hitler's judge at his court case. So Hitler was accused of treason and pleaded guilty, but what George Neidhart allowed Hitler to do was to make his massive charismatic speeches in the hall, which were filled with patriotism. This appealed to many right-wing people, and Hitler was given a very lenient sentence. Effectively, he was given a 1-year sentence because he had already served quite a few months on remand. He was out within 9 months of his sentencing. So Hitler only effectively had 1 year in jail, which was very good for Hitler because he was able to release the book Mein Kampf, which was an kind of autobiographical book which contained many of Hitler's key Nazi ideological principles, such as Lebensraum and a lot of disgusting anti-Semitism. But maybe a kind of more important longer-term consequence was the fact that Hitler sought to gain power via legitimate means. So in the future, he would not go for a violent takeover of the country, but via the ballot box. So that was really, really important as a consequence.